Oh, am I ever excited about Monday Night Raw, the premiere that just went by a couple of days ago. I was just super overwhelmed yesterday. I couldn't be bothered. I had to go to bed when I needed to go to bed. So let's get right into this. Link down below, as always, to credit WWE for piecing this article semi-okay together for me. The show opens up with Sami Zayn. And it was also noted that Michael Cole was not there. Michael Cole has only ever missed 2 days, roughly, in his 26 years or so. This notes that it's for personal reason that he requested some time off. It's not for health-related issues, and it's quite possible that he won't be around, I believe, for SmackDown. Yeah. Anyhow, so that was mentioned as Kevin Patrick, I think is his name, and Bad News Barrett took on the show, and I thought they did a good job, even though Kevin Patrick seems like a really cool guy. He just doesn't do it for me. Can't love everybody the same in terms of what you hear, because they all bring like a different personality type. I'm sure I don't fit most people for a YouTuber they want to listen to. So he opens up the show, and he talks about how he's sad about Kevin Owens leaving and all this sort of stuff. And then Jey Uso comes out because the Judgment Day was threatening Sami Zayn, and he's standing there by himself with a Kevin Owens shirt. Because as you know, the reason, to recap in case you don't watch wrestling, which there's a few people that don't, they watch my reviews. I feel bad for you. Jey Uso was brought back by Cody Rhodes, but as a result, somebody had to get traded to SmackDown. And that person ended up being Kevin Owens. They split the duo. Okay? He's got a little bit of resentment. He's happy for Jey. They've been through so much, through the bloodline and all that, but there's still that I can't help but be a little bit pissed off about the situation. So he's got mixed emotions for obvious reasons. But then backstage, what was really nice was, of course, my phone just keeps going off now. Backstage, I love the backstage stuff. Sometimes I like the backstage stuff more than the in-the-ring stuff. Sami talks to Jey, and he shares, again, like I said, all those emotions that he's thinking. And Jay's like, come on, man, I got your back. I always got your back. And as Jey walked away, Sami's like, oh, man. He runs up after him. He's like, look, man, I'm sorry. We're good. It's just, you know what I mean? Like, I lost my titles. I lost KO. Because of you, my oos, right? But they're all good. They hugged it out, and that was it. The Shinsuke Nakamura, who, by the way, defeated Ricochet, was a really, really just solid match. It had the E in WWE. Literally, there's like nothing to talk about. It's funny. I highlight the show, but I'm more almost focused on the backstage stuff than I am the in-the-ring stuff. I mean, what am I supposed to say? Yeah, so he kicked him in the face, and then, you know what I mean? Like, there was just a lot of high-risk maneuvers. It was just fantastic. It's what you would normally expect from both of these gentlemen. I am a huge fan of both of these guys. Just not so much Ricochet when he speaks. But again, that's not a jab at him as an individual. It's just not everybody can have that, oh, I gotta listen to this guy. Some people hate Cody Rhodes. Not like hate him, but just like they can do without him when he's talking. I love him to death. Okay? So that's just my take on that. Now, as I got my little cheat sheets, I feel so good about my cheat sheets. What's going on there? Piper Niven. I got distracted there. Piper, where is it? Sorry. Piper Niven defeats Natalya once again. Yeah, I didn't really like this match, and I'll tell you why. I like Piper Niven, Natalya. I really do, but they're really, really giving her the Zack Ryder treatment in... I'm just going to change this. It's kind of distracting me. It's just kind of... well, that's not much better. Two hairy gorillas there. What was I saying? Literally. Oh, that's what happened. I went to scroll the page here, but it scrolled this and I got completely like... So Natalya's basically jobbing, and we know she's been jobbing for a while, and she's so much better than what you see her in the ring. But post-match, they were both going to gang up on her, and that's where you see Chelsea Green there. And Tegan Knox came out to her aid, which is really nice because Natalya was a little bit harsh on her when she first came on to the scene a couple of weeks ago, and then she apologized, and that was kind of really nice to see. The fans seem to like Natalya. I really like her. The whole, Jim the Anvil Neidhart was her dad, and, Bret Hart's her uncle and all this kind of stuff, and I'm not too good with the family names. At least I think that's what it is. Uncle. Yeah, her uncle. Yeah, so there's just a lot of history there. It's been around like 2+ decades. I just didn't like the ending, but I enjoyed what was there for as long as it lasted, for what it's worth, okay? And I'm just kind of really done when I see Natalya, and it's not a jab at her. I'm done of how they're treating her, right? It was the same thing with, I don't remember her name. That's terrible. And I think she got let go. Yeah, she's so great. I forget her name. Dana Brooke. Underappreciated talent, man. You have no idea. She has all the tools to be rivaling someone like Rhea Ripley, but that could be another video for another day. Then Seth Rollins comes out. I did the same thing again. Seth Rollins comes out, engages in the war of words with the Scottish psychopath. I almost called him the Welsh psychopath, but that didn't sound nice off the tongue because I knew something was up there. And basically, it was just Seth Rollins like, look, man, you've been acting all really nice. Like, what's going on? But then, you know what I'm saying? They don't show you this. They don't show you this. And this could be really important. It could be a key detail because Seth Rollins brought attention to it, but the WWE, even in the article, doesn't bring attention to it. While there was an interview backstage last week, if you zoom in, you actually see Drew McIntyre and Mummy Rhea Ripley getting all chummy in the back. So Seth was like, what's all that about? And then basically Drew just said, look, man, it's none of your damn business. And you get the idea. They were insulting one another. And yeah, it was just a great promo. Really, really enjoyed that interaction, which of course, again, you go on the link and you click on that, you can watch it for yourself. If I show it to you, I'll practically be thrown in the gulag or whatever it's called. Ludwig Kaiser defeats Johnny Gargano. I don't know why I'm talking like that now. Ah, man. They're just awesome. Really. It's Ludwig is just so good, man. I just don't know much about Giovanni. I almost called him Giovanni Vinci. I almost called him, Da Vinci. Yeah, he's not Da Vinci. He's Vinci. Anyhow, great match, but again, I hate that the win came from a distraction. I just really hate that. I get it. They're heels, blah, blah, blah. But it still makes you look weak and makes it look like you can't win on your own. Unlike Gunther, who's able to do shit on his own. Of course, he can on his own. It's all scripted. I'm just talking. Okay. Didn't like that. Like the match. It's not the ending. No. Just no. Then we had Drew McIntyre and Sammy talk about Jay backstage. It's so easy to forgive him. Starting to really think you had your head on straight, Drew says to Sammy, essentially. And then Drew puts Sammy down saying, you're not going to be a world champ. Your allegiance is flimsy or floppy all over the place. He's like, yeah, it's not going to work for you. So it was just very, very rude. And as a result, Sami Zayn challenged him for next week. So that'll be a match. Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. That'll be really nice to see. Rhea Ripley versus Shayna Baszler. I loved the match, but again, I hated the ending. It got ruined with the bullshit DQ as Nia, Zoe, and Raquel all came out and got involved. They should have just left the match play out the way they wanted it with whoever they were going to have as the winner. But this one kind of leaves both women looking strong as there's no definitive winner. And then they could have had the bullshit with Nia Jax coming out. Look at me, I'm so wonderful. bullshit at the end with Zoe Stark and Raquel all getting into it. Like, they could have still done that sequence of events, but just wait until after the match. But no, I'm not a creative writer, and maybe that's why, because, okay? It's just my thoughts on that. You could see a little bit of that going on right there. Now this, the Gunther versus Big. It's not just Bronson Reed, now it's Big Bronson Reed. Sweet, holy pineapple. There was no Imperium. It was all done on his own, as it should, as the longest reigning Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion of the world at 252 pounds. He powerbombed Bronson Reed. He fucking powerbombed him. Okay? Looks can be deceived. I'm not saying he doesn't look strong. I'm just saying he doesn't look Hulk Hogan strong. He doesn't look Ultimate Warrior strong. Oh, but he is. He very much is. He's like a Cesaro. Okay? Wow. That's just insane. But just in general, this guy is so amazing. And I'm really happy that he's the longest reigning champion. I really, really am. There's a lot of other people, sure, that could come to mind. I don't know who's ever going to dethrone him. That is going to be a really, really dramatic moment. Whoever knocks him off his pedestal, I don't know who deserves to do it. But just let's focus on the, again, back and forth, big men ping-ponging around the ring in ways they shouldn't be able to. There's no distractions, no outside interference, just a pure wrestling match between really two heels. And it was just money. Like, it was just great. A lot of the matches this week were just really bang on. Didn't really like how a lot of them ended, which brings me to this one. Jimmy got the boots on Jey Uso. And now you have the Judgment Day back at the top of the mountain with the belts. They've got all the gold now. Dirty Dom Dom is now a two-time NXT North American champion. Rhea Ripley, women's champ. Finn Balor and Damian Priest is the undisputed Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Champions, because they're still doing the double belt bullshit. If you'll notice, was it last week when Paul Heyman came out with Roman? Paul Heyman's no longer showcasing the other two belts while Roman's got the new belt around his waist. It's getting a little too much. It was getting downright ridiculous. If you're only defending one belt, or no, like you're known as like one champion, you should only have one belt. But at this point, I think we're coming close. Got a couple of injuries, a couple things going on here. But I think we're close to coming to a point where I would love to see Cody and you know, the guy there, Jay, reclaim the titles, but just one of them. And then SmackDown should have a tag team champion as well. I really believe that they could do that. But yeah, overall the match was great, but Dom was in the way. Jimmy Uso was in the way. What's going to be interesting is JD McNugget wasn't around. I wonder, you know, it'd be a perfect opportune moment for him to actually go face, to have a face turn. He's tried so hard, legitimately try to help out the Judgment Day. Couple of goof ups happen, I get that. But Damian Priest always shitting on him. And then lately, Finn Balor, Grand Slam Finn's been doing the same thing. So, I don't know. I still want to see Finn Balor turn face at some point. But the rest of the Judgment Day is really cool. It'd be interesting to have somebody else maybe take his spot for the Judgment Day. Don't know who. Or if they would just stick as a trio. But I really like them, the four of them. But I could still see him breaking away from it. Finn Balor, that is. I don't think I'm missing anything else from my cheat sheet. anything that I'm looking over here. But yeah, the whole Jimmy Uso thing, and I like that sometimes, people from SmackDown come to Raw and vice versa. Oh, there was that segment I was telling you about. It's all there. Like I said, if you want to take a look at it for a couple of moments, let's say you don't have like cable or some shit like that. But yeah. Anyhow, as always, if you liked the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm and making me a little bit more relevant in the search results when people are looking shit up. And if you didn't like the video, that's where I'm looking at myself to see what I look like. Make sure my microphone's not like all the way up here like it was the last time. It's more down there. And I reduced it by a couple of decibels, the volume of the music even lower, so that there's a bit of a better disparity or whatever between the rain in the background, not the bacon in the frying pan, and my voice, so it's not as hard to hear. It's clearer to hear me because the volume differences are greater now, which is good. And I also got a new audio interface. I did a couple of little tweaks, so I should sound a little crisper, a little cleaner. You should be doing this a little bit less. What? Not that it was bad before, but anyways. Yeah. So take care. Let me know down below in the comments section. Say, hey, Egghead, Pumpkinhead. What do you say there? Anything. It helps the algorithm. Ask me, where did my eyebrows go? Anything. Literally, it helps push and promote the channel when you do that. But yeah. Do that if you want, and if not, whatever. Thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe, if I'm lucky, I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.